Hello, this is Andrea. Welcome to my crafting channel. Today I want to show you a flip through of my newest journal that I made. It is a one signature journal that I did for, it's a travel journal, like a vacation journal. And I made this for the DearJulieJulie June 2024 challenge. I think it's called June Just Junk and Household Stuff. And this is 62 pages and it's 5 3/4 inches by 9 1/4 inches. I haven't figured out how I want to close it yet because look, it pops open. You see how much it pops open there. I made this with a mailing envelope. It's one of those padded envelopes that's just paper, and I did a collage on the journal, on the cover, and then I added some paper here to make a pocket. This is from a paper pad, you know, like a scrapbook paper pad. And the digitals I used are DearJulieJulie digitals, Far Away, Golden Doily backgrounds, At the Beach Postcards, and I used one that was from Patreon. It's called Transportation and Travel. And I will have the link to DearJulieJulie channel and to the Etsy where you can buy these digitals. So here we go. You open it up and here I have, this is from one of the vacation postcards or whatever it's called. I put that in there. We only had 20 requirements this time, so other stuff we just put, if we had a pocket, we filled it with something. So I did 8 clusters, and my main thing for that was tea bags. So there's the tea bag. Here is my pair of pockets on a page, and I did it on the directions for a video, or not a video game, a board game. And so I've got, this is tucked in here, and then this is tucked in here. This is from a book I was using. And then inside I just have some paper to write on. I was thinking that whoever uses this book, they could put leftover tickets or receipts from their trip in these envelopes. Over here I just added some digitals to the, or a digital to the back and part of a guest check, you know, to cover some of the game directions. This is one of the ready edges I made, and what I had picked for that was puzzle pieces. This is half of my envelope flap up. What I had picked was plastic packaging. So the way I did it is you could put, here's my paper. You could pick whatever you wanted for the different things. There was 2 lists, what to use and what to make, and you only had to pick 20 of each. So what I did is I picked the things I wanted to use, and I picked the things I wanted to make, and then what I did was, for one of them, I picked exactly what I was going to make with it, and all the rest of them, I pulled a paper to see what I would have to do. Like, so it was kind of like, I forget what it's called, but you don't know what you're going to get. So when I pulled out plastic, I pulled out plastic packaging for envelope flip up, and I really didn't think this was going to work, but it did. look how clear it is. It's pretty clear, I think, even with the glue. And I ended up using the art glitter glue, which I just started using like a month or two ago. So I just have there's more decoration on the other side. And then I have book page up here. I have this just to put in here. This is one of the digitals. Another cluster. Here is a flip flop with a flap. And what I had picked for this was, I think it was tissue paper. So what I did is I put down some book page pieces here and I inked around them, and I glued the tissue paper over it, and I did some stamping on here, and I backed one of the digitals, put it here for the little flappy thing, and I inked around the edges and added the paper. This is hidden paper clip, and it was book paper that I got for this one. So I have the book paper, I have magazine on this side, I have a little bit of the tissue paper, which is like a peach color. I don't know if you can tell. And this is a digital, and then there's inking all around. Whoops. Pay no attention to the shaking. This is part of the 6-pack, and I got playing card for this, so I just made a couple playing card pockets. But later on I realized I probably could have tried to make something out of the playing cards, but it didn't come to me before. So I made little pockets here, and I just added a little thing here. Oops. And in this pocket is one of the requirements that I did. It's a folded card, and I got this from I got Macaroni Box for this. So what I did is the technique I used on this I got from Kathleen Maurer. I'll put a link to the video that helped me with that. I think she calls the video something like her favorite tool, but I wrote I'm going to put in the description something about using sandpaper, so I used sandpaper on this. I have this little sandpaper thing, but you know, you can use any other sandpaper, and like you can put different grit sandpaper on it. And then I cleaned it off and I put ink on it and book page with inking the edges and tissue paper and stamping. And here's a little mini digital from Dear Julie, these little postcards, and I put green ink on there. And then I just put a piece of paper in here so it'd be easier to write inside. Here's another here's another edge here. This is on wrapping paper. This is part of the double tuck. This is the other side of the double tuck. And in here I put just a little digital on this side to fill the pocket. But on this side is one of the requirements that I did, which was circle tag with a pocket, and I had to use Sudoku or crossword puzzle. This is a weird kind of crossword puzzle where you put more than one letter in each section, and it also has glossy accents right here because I like the idea of being able to feel the glossy accent. And then I made a little card to go inside, and you can write on the back. And that's this double tuck. You'll see it later. It's like made into an envelope out of coloring paper. This is flip up, flip down with a pocket, and it is made from candy wrapper. That's what I picked for it. So the candy wrapper goes all the way across, but I had put part of a newspaper here that looks like, or it's showing you the temperature like last year sometime. It's from one that I have last year. And then it opens like this, and you can write in here. And, you know, I picked Hershey because, first of all, I love Hershey with almonds, and I live in Pennsylvania, which is where Hershey is. I know it's not the best chocolate in the world, but it tastes like home. And maybe somebody's visiting Hershey, Pennsylvania. Now, this came with my my paper pad. When I bought it, it was wrapped in there, and like it was inside of the packaging. And it's just a little card that you open it up, and it has "Fortune favors the brave," and on the back you can write a note. So I thought, oh, that would go good in here. This is my double-edged pocket, and I had to make it with wrapping paper. So this is the wrapping paper back here. Well, the whole thing is wrapping paper, but on the inside, I lined the inside with a DearJulieJulie digital, and I also put a DearJulieJulie digital here. I had put marks in the background, but I don't know if you can see them. I was trying to make waves, and this is tissue paper, and these are from a magazine. It was showing kids how to make fish toys out of cardboard with string wrapped around it. So I cut those out and put them there. And then I made these little tags to go in here. Just index cards with some more of these. I think these are soap labels. And I put these little Louisiana tea bag things on here because they say different things on them. This one says specially blended for unplugging. And what's this one say? This one says specially blended for running through sprinklers. So that's good for a vacation, I think. Travel. Here is my flip and tuck, and I had to make it out of map, which the map I have is part of a very old what are these things called? Atlas. It's from the 80s. So I made a little thing to look like a luggage tag in here just to add to the pocket. I had these stamps, and this was in my scrap thing, and I just cut it, made it look like a luggage tag. And over here in the tuck part is, I think it's called tri-fold tag, and I had to make it with a hang tag, and the hang tag I used is this is from a dress that I bought on vacation, and I put the string that was in there, I put it at the top here. So this flips open, and then I have, this is from a magazine here with paper behind it, and then I have some stamping here. This is one of the Tim Holtz stamps. I think it's called Eccentric. And then you open up this part, and I have a little notebook type thing here. And then I have a pocket with a guest check, and I just put a game piece in here because I thought, you know, you could put receipts or foreign money or something in there, whatever. Here's another edge. This is the other part of the double tuck, you know, where I made where's the other part? Here. I just made an envelope out of this kind of paper, this coloring paper. And then I did this, I put a little thing here, so. Anyway, on this part of the double tuck, first I have this, it's just a little card to write on. but this was one of my requirements that I picked. It was a matchbook style notebook. So I used various papers in here, some scrap. This one's from the Sudoku thing, and I used napkin. I think, yeah, napkin was what was for this. And here's the digital. It's a seashell, and staples and inking. So have that go right in there. There's another edge. There's another piece of coloring book page. Here's the other half of the 6-pack, and so the 6-pack was required, and I have all the different things on that. And then I made this little tag to go into this little pocket. And I made these two things. Again, I was using some of the techniques that I saw in Kathleen Mauer's video about using sandpaper. I took this advertisement, it's for a restaurant near us, and I kind of, you know, sanded it down, and I put distress oxide on it, and here's like a old typing paper, and this wasn't one of the requirements. I just put it in here to go in the pockets. So and, you know, I rounded the edges to make it easier to go into the pockets. You know, you want to go in the pocket. Okay, I don't know what I hit in there, but this is my flip, my fabric flip with a stack-a note, and this is the one thing that I specifically picked what it was going to be made out of. I used a garment, and the garment I used is an old pair of jeans. So we were allowed to use washi tape, which I didn't realize at first. So I used washi tape on here, but I mean, I glued everything down first, and then I put the washi tape on. And then here is part of the paper pad, and then here's brown paper, and then this is part of a digital. I think it's the travel one from the, I think it's transportation and travel that's in the Patreon. And so you lift it up, and then I have, for my stack of note, I have note paper, basically. I mean, this doesn't look like note paper, but this is just plain note paper that I had. But this one was too big, so I had to cut part of it off to fit under, because I used a narrow page. There's another cluster. Here's the other half of that envelope, double pocket envelope with the flap up that I made. So it's got the brown paper, it's got book page, it's got, I inked the edges, the digital, it's got paint going, or not paint, where I made fake stitches. And I just put the reason I put the paper in like this is because I figured, look, you're going to be able to see it from both sides. So if you don't want people to see what you're writing, or if you get something while you're out on vacation, you can just shove it in there, you know. That's a lovely way to put it. Here's the other half, the other part of that instruction page, and I just glued this paper on it, this note paper, to give it more space to write. On this side, this is one of the requirements I had. It was, here, let me take the two things out. For when I did picking the stuff for the requirements, I was pulling stuff out. I got, for the double corner, this is a double corner tuck, okay? I got postage stamps, so I don't know how you make a double corner puck. I don't know how you do that with a postage stamp. I mean, I guess I could have put a million postage stamps on here. But so this one, the way I made it, lifts up and you can write here. And then I had some newspaper that had stuff about stamps on it, how to tell different qualities of stamps. So I put that in the background. And then this is the more of the scrapbook paper I had, and brown paper, the stamp. This is that joint tape. It feels pretty cool. So in the back part, I had put for my my tag with a job. I don't know if it's tag with a job or large tag with a job. I had gotten junk mail envelope. So I made this junk mail envelope, tag with a job, and inside I just put this little card that I made. And I liked that, oops, the staple keeps hitting the edge. I liked that the seashells show up next to like a city. I just think it's interesting, like a contrast. This is my large file card, and I had to do it with magazines. So this is from a magazine. It's like showing a house. I don't remember where, but it was pretty, so I just put the top here. And then here's a digital, and here's a ticket and stamping, and I got ink on the edge, so that goes in there. Here's another edge that I made. So in this back pocket that I put in here, I have my large journaling card, and this is made with a greeting card. It says, "If there is magic on this planet, it is contained in water." And I thought that would go with this. I think I got this at the gathering. There was a bunch of cards at the gathering, and I really liked this. I didn't want to mess with the way this looked at all, so I kind of made a little cluster on here for it. I have the joint tape, I have typing paper, you know, old typing paper, I have the digital, I have some more of the digital back here, and then I have inking going all the way around, and I rounded the corners. But I also thought, oh, if you go on vacation, you know, you can put stuff in here that you want to put in the book later, you know. So besides that, I will show you my challenge in the challenge, my mini challenge in the challenge. And what this is, we had to do a mini challenge in the challenge. I don't remember all the requirements, but I've already started using this because I'm using it to keep track of television and movies that we're watching, because you know how you want to see, oh, it's on this service or whatever, or if it's a specific time. I usually keep that on little note papers and then I lose them. So I thought, oh, if I have this book, I can do that. So I already started writing stuff. I tried watching this Palm Royale on Apple TV, and it just didn't click with me. So these are ones that we're thinking about watching. So it has different kinds of papers in it. I made a little flip thing here. I have stickers in here. The M is for movies, and then later I have a thing that's TV. We had to make I think we had to do this, where you take a note paper and, oh yeah, I have plastic that's just stuck to this. I have this coloring book that has movie stuff in it. So it's got Citizen Kane on the one side, and on the other side it has E.T. And then this just flips out. You can write on that. That's another digital. I don't remember which one. I just used some extra papers I had from other things. And, oh, I also used, this is one, like in a notebook, how you have those dividers, and it has this at the top. And I wrote TV and movies on this side. I used that as one of the pages. I made this little paper clip with this ribbon. Here's a little guest check, and then I wrote TV here. These stickers are from, I think somebody bought me this for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's the Antiquarian Sticker Book, and it has stuff by letter, and then like there'll be a letter, so it goes every letter of the alphabet, and then there'll be some stuff in the next page, and then it'll be the next letter. Oh, that one's not the next letter. I've put that aside for some Halloween stuff. I have little, oh, so there's L. I have little papers in here for stuff I want to use, but that's pretty cool. I got that on Amazon. Well, I think the person got it on Amazon because that's where I had it on my wish list. And that's the end of that. And I didn't really put a cover on it because I don't really need a cover on it. It just sits in front of me downstairs at the television. So those are my two things. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, happy crafting!